my ride. She just kept going. All right, y'all, this is round 2. Let's see if she picks me up this time. Hey guys, so it's Aleshia. This video is gonna look a little different because I'm actually in North Carolina. I did a last minute trip to see my best friend. And basically what happened was her boyfriend hit me up and was like, hey, I have a random question for you. Cue me being, I have to tell Hannah everything. He needs to know this. He knows this. But it was okay. It was a good thing. He was like, what are you doing the 13th, 14th, and 15th of November? I want to fly you out to see her. And I'm like, I'm down, but why? Because he loves her, you know. All good things, all good things. So we do it, I'm here, and basically this video is just gonna be the shenanigans of our weekend. If you don't wanna watch, click subscribe anyway. Guys, so this is Han.
Hey YouTube.
And we've been friends for a really long time.
Yeah, like 7 years.
Friendiversary is next month. No big deal. But we always get the question, how did a Texan
and a Louisiana gal,
how do we meet?
how do we become best friends?
So we figured we'd tell you our love story.
Buckle up.
So as you guys know, if you saw my first video, I'm in the Air Force. Well, so is Hannah.
So, okay, take it back to like when we were 18, which we're both 25 now.
Almost
So,
next month,
quick
but
maths.
same, but different.
You
Okay,
guys do that?
so yeah, right. I said friendiversary is next month, meaning December. My birthday's December 4th. It was like December 8th or the 10th. We can't remember.
Yeah.
So I had just turned 18.
Yeah.
2014. We're going to our MEPS, which is basically just like medical and processing for the military. And this is actually Hannah's second visit. So what are the odds, right? Like, this is your second visit. Whatever. I get assigned a hotel room and I see that, oh, I have a roommate. Cool. I go in and we're like, it's dinner time. And I see one other girl there and I'm like, she must be my roommate. That's her. So I walk up to her and I'm like, hey.
Okay, real quick. She walks up, just not a shy bone in this girl's body, which, hello, why we're great friends. She walks up and she's like, yeah, so I'm your roommate. And I was like, oh, hey, I'm Hannah. Nice to meet you. And so she sits down and we just kind of like,
Talk about our lives.
Yeah, honestly, like, I feel like we just dove straight into it.
And we clicked.
Yeah,
we
like, clicked.
We had such weird similarities, too.
Yeah.
I remember that.
A lot of parallels, for sure. Yeah, and so that was when Snapchat was
Just
first
a
a thing.
Yep.
No one ever really used it. It just come out. So I had one, but I never used it. And same for you, I guess.
Yeah.
But she was like, hey, before we leave, like, we
What's
did.
your Snap? Yeah,
I'm going to add you on Snapchat. And so we did, but her and I never used it. So we never talked.
Right.
And then it was like, how much
It
longer?
was probably like a month or two when I messaged you and I was like, hey, are you going to some air show? And you said no, and then didn't talk again until like the last week of June. And I was like, hey, I'm shipping out next Thursday. Whatever happened with your stuff?
Which, mind you, this is like 6 or 7 months later. Haven't heard from her except for that one time. And she's like, hey, I'm leaving next month. And I was like, okay. And the night before you leave, they send you to a hotel. You spend the night there and then you leave. And so I was with my dad at Sonic, which oddly enough, she used to work at Sonic.
Rep me. That was perfect. All right, continue.
And so I messaged her on Snapchat, which didn't know how to use it really. And I was like, hey, I'm leaving tomorrow. And I remember you messaged back and you were like,
me
yes,
too.
so am I. And so we get to the hotel and then, of course, we're roommates again. But yeah.
So we ended up going to basic together. Then we ended up getting I remember getting into basic, and she's the only person I know, which I didn't expect to know anyone, so it was like a big deal that I knew someone there. She was gonna go to like the special, like...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she was gonna go to the special flight because we got separated, and I was like, dang it. But then, last minute, they like moved her to my flight, and I was like, yes. And so, it's all crazy. We've been sitting in these chairs for like 8 hours, and then all of a sudden, they're like, hey, move out. We're going to these dorms, and like they just like say, hey, go to bed. And just so happened she's like right in front of me to the right, and I was like, okay, at least I know someone. And then We didn't end up being that close in basic, actually.
No.
It was like the 4 of us. Me,
So she ditched me.
No.
She had her own basic training best friend.
You had Olsen.
I found a basic training best friend, and then so later in our training, we all 4 came together, and we were kind of like
the BFFs. Like, it was the 4 of us, but we actually meant to meet up with them, and it just never happened. Life gets in the way. We stuck together, of course, but
so we went to like our follow-on school after that, and I think that's really like
because,
where we like gelled. Like, it was her and I glued at the hip. Everybody, if they'd see her by herself, they'd be like, "Oh, where's
Mac?"
Yeah, where's McNeil? And same for me. It was always us 2 and then everybody else.
Yep. And then, so that was what, I was there for like 6 months. You were there longer. So
yeah.
6 months. I got my first duty station, which was Hawaii. We were trying to put it into existence that she was going to Hawaii. It didn't work out. She got Langley.
Yeah.
But fast forward like a year and some change, I ended up getting orders to Langley. So we spent like, another year and a half together?
Yeah, and I just remember like when you first got orders, I was like prepping the whole shop.
Yeah.
I was like, you guys don't understand what's about to happen. Like, my best friend in the entire world. And mind you, we had been like to see each other. Like, I flew out to Hawaii and like did cool things with her and stuff. But I was like, hey, just a heads up, like, you guys need to buckle up, buckle down. I don't care what you do, but do something, because my best friend's gonna literally be working in the same shop as me. And so, yeah, she did.
And then
we lived together.
We got our my first ever apartment, you know.
Yeah, same.
First ever apartment together, and then we got separated again. Because I went to, where'd I go? Buckley, where I am now in Colorado. She got a cool job in North Carolina.
Yeah.
But here we are, almost 7 years later.
Yeah, a lot of crazy things in between that, I don't know.
Like, what are the odds, though? Like,
yeah.
I went to a different state for MEPS. We went to the same flight, same basic.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
It was meant to be, y'all.
All right, you guys want to... Do we want to be, like, brunette Christina Aguilera? Or, like, burgundy Katy Perry?
So, we're about to dye Hannah's hair. Reading the instructions. This is our before shot. So we decided to go skydiving last minute. Are you ready?
We had white space on the schedule, so we're going skydiving.
So we just jumped out of a perfectly good airplane.
That was so fun. I want to do it again.
Yeah, we only need 24 more to get certified. No big deal. You down?
Okay guys, so after skydiving we still had some white space on the calendar. How's it feel?
Well, that's the end of this video. Thanks for watching. If you like what you've seen, like, comment, and subscribe. I'm sure Hannah's gonna make more appearances throughout my life in general. Hey, you're a main character. But I just want to give a special shout out to Evan, Hannah's boyfriend, because without him, I would have never had this idea. I don't know why I didn't have this idea to just come out here, but without you, I wouldn't be here.
You're strong where we'll be.